Hello and welcome to Manufacturing Sustainability 20-Minute Talks. I'm Gemma, your host for this series, where I talk with the people leading the conversation in manufacturing sustainability. Today, as you've probably already guessed, especially if you're watching, we're doing something a little bit different. I'm joined by Jim Woodcock, Head of Content for MANSUS, and we're excited to bring you something new to this podcast series. Jim's here to tell us a bit more about that. But first, I want to start by setting the scene. And I think that, Jim, you'd probably agree with me here that in all the conversations we're having, we're discovering that making manufacturing both commercially and environmentally sustainable means managing a wide range of variables across the supply chain. And perhaps more than anything else, energy and materials are reoccurring themes in our discussion. And that's why we're ready to introduce a new mini-series from MANSUS and 6K Inc. Jim, can you tell us the name of this mini-series and what we can expect?
Sure. The mini-series is called Critical Material Production with Plasma, and it gives us a deep dive into those topics that you just mentioned, so materials and energy, which are two of the major factors in making manufacturing more commercially and environmentally sustainable. And they're two areas that 6K Inc. is really focused on through its different business units. So one business unit relates to additive manufacturing, which is where I know them from historically, where they make additive manufacturing powders and metal powders, and the other is on battery materials, so for EVs or for grid storage or that sort of thing, so across different battery chemistries. This three-part series gives us an opportunity to explore not only those applications but the fundamentals of what plasma is, how they harness it and how they put it to work, what the implications of that are in terms of sustainability across these different application areas.
If the audience aren't familiar with 6K at all, I would say a really good place to start is going back to the 20-Minute Talks, episode 6, where we sat down with Bruce Bradshaw. Bruce is the Chief Marketing Officer at 6K Inc. And he really gave us that high-level overview of the company, its mission, and the three divisions it currently has. So that's 6K Additive, 6K Energy, and 6K Next. That is a really nice starting point if you're not familiar with 6K. But one of the things that we recognise is that technical information isn't always easy to translate, and I think reports and white papers go so far, but conversation is what really drives decisions and change. So Jim, these 3 episodes, they're much more in depth, they're longer than our 20-minute talks. Where's the value for the audience in these longer format conversations?
Yeah, so each of the episodes runs from 30 to 45 minutes, give or take, and it enables us to hear from a wider range of voices. So we hear from the technical team, the guys who have taken the technology from the laboratory and university right through to commercialization. So we hear some of those stories, how they made that leap, how they've developed the technology. We hear from HR and recruitment in terms of how important that aspect is when we're looking at building a factory from scratch, because you can't have a factory with nobody working in it. And we talk to some of the partners as well. As we've said before many times, no one company can really lead the charge in this sort of sustainability. We need to ensure that there are worthwhile and meaningful partnerships between companies. So that's one of the things that 6K is pursuing as well.
The 3 episodes are going to be coming out over the course of the next 3 weeks. So can you tell us what to expect there?
In terms of distribution, you won't have to do much because I'm going to hijack the 20-Minute Talks podcast feed for the next 3 weeks. So from this Thursday for the next 3 weeks, we'll be dropping one of the episodes there. So people don't need to go anywhere special to find it. It will just pop up in their normal feed. And the video versions will be in the MANSUS YouTube channel as well. So everything will be where you expect it.
Yeah, and these will be published as bonus episodes. So we'll make it nice and clear that they are standalone bonus episodes. You'll still be able to get the regular 20-Minute Talks content. This won't change that. Head to mansus.co where you can find all of our content, articles, videos, podcasts, and conversations.